What up, y'all? It's your boy Didda Joe, and you know I'm well connected with the greatest DJs in Stopbeefinradio. Let's get it.
Alright, man, once again, man, it's your boy, man, St. James, and I got my dog Mike Treez in the building. This
what up, bro?
Wednesdays, 1037 to be, Viewyoulive.com, Stopbeefinradio. And tonight, man.
Tonight.
Hey, Treez, tonight.
Come on, man, you know what it is, man. We gotta show the hometown some love, man. We got the Naptown's own Didda Joe.
Didda Joe in the building, man. What's good?
Come on, man.
Town, what's up, man? What's good with y'all, man?
Oh,
man.
Chilling, man. What's going down with you, man?
Man, I'm feeling good right now, man. It feels good to be home, man. You know, it feels good just to be a part of something and have my city a part of it with me right now, man. That's all I can ask for.
That's real.
Out on the West Coast, man, soaking up all that sun, man.
I already know, man.
That's what it do. So we're going to get right into it, man. Right to the point right now, man. Tell the people, you know, introduce yourself to the people and tell the people, you know, who you are and where you come from and all that, man.
Man, well, for those who do not know, my name is Didda Joe. Born and raised from the east side of Naptown, man. Really just been born and raised as a musician as well. My mom and dad are actually both, you know, musicians themselves. So my mom sang and my dad is a bass player. So really, yeah, man, I just grew up out here, man, just, you know, falling more and more in love with music as I grew. So just really taking that, you know, and going out to LA, man, I just wanted to kind of find a way to capture, you know, this whole journey that I'm on for you guys. And that really brought me into the project, you know, that I'm really pushing right now, 1993.
1993, man. So look, I want to start it off, man. You talked a little bit about it. You touched on it. You went to California, man. You picked up from Nap, moved to California. How long ago was that?
Man, coming up 3 years now, man.
Yeah.
3 years.
And you just decided it was time, or, you know what I mean, what was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, it was pretty much just like, I was going to college at, you know, Full Sail in Orlando, Florida, you know, for those who know that. Yeah. And it just got to this point where I knew I wanted to do music, and I, you know, had a couple things kind of coming my way, and I really couldn't see any opportunity like really arising from it. So I ended up just one day getting a call from my parents, man. They just noticed that my grades was slipping and I really wasn't focused on school. So my pops was pretty much like, dude, just go ahead and come back home and just chase your dreams for a little while. And, you know, if you don't do anything with that, then you can always come back to school. Right. So of course I went and saved up some money working for a few months or so, and I just ended up getting a call one day, like, from somebody who was a good friend of mine, who said, hey, I have some opportunity for you out in LA, you know, some A&Rs or something. Just looking for new people to work with. And next thing you know, I'm flying out to LA, just trying to make something happen with that. And honestly, it really took a few tries going back and forth out there, but the last time around, man, you know, I had you know, finally found a way to make it stick. So, you know, just going into this year, what you're seeing now, man, you know, I just been making it happen, just grinding it out from there in LA.
Grinding it out, man. Grinding it out, definitely. And you got with Builders International. Shout out to my dog Sylvan Marshall and Troy Marshall. You know what I'm saying? He used to be the VP at Interscope. I met him when he was doing Roscoe Dash and Soulja Boy and all that. And now they got Didda Joe.
Yes, sir.
So talk about that, man. Like, talk, you know, elaborate. How did you get with them, man?
Man, actually, I was just doing like the typical like studio couch hopping type of stuff, and it just so happened that, you know, my guy Bang Loose, who, you know, is another addition to Builders International, was just looking for, you know, well, I don't even know if he was looking for new talent, but just somehow we just managed to cross paths, and you know, I just so happened needed new management and all that stuff at the time, so we just started keeping in touch. And you know, he had his team just kind of like listen to my music and all, and then luckily, you know, the more important addition for me, really, Simone, just after she started just talking their heads off, like, okay, we need to get him, you know. They finally just started, you know, saying, hey, let's meet, and, you know, let's see what's up. And you know, we finally got that going, and from there it was just like, okay, let's put this project out and get something going here. We love the music, and you know, it's just been history in the making from there, honestly, man.
Right. So what has it been like having that support system? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you've been on one side, you know what I mean, as an independent artist trying to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's it like now having that support system behind you?
Really, man, it's just, it's a lot better to have like just an intimate, you know, small team of people who are looking out for your career and stuff, rather than, you know, having like something major that I've seen, like, you know, people going from this group of people one day and then the next thing, you know, they're having to get a whole new group of people excited for the same thing that they just spent all their hard work, you know, trying to get this one team going on. So,
and for people that don't know what he's saying, you know, like Interscope was trying to sign you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, at some point in time, man, like they, you know, had reached out, and it was like no contract, there was no real like A&R or something that I can even give a name on. So it was just like, how do I, you know, work with that? And just, you know, from that point on, man, I just was able to see how, you know, other artists, you know, through that label and others at that has started, you know, moving through their situations, and you know, just having it, you know, a glimpse into the industry, it just let me see, like, you know what, it's a lot better to just move off of something more independently and just more intimately, like I said, rather than having to worry about people who have, you know, like maybe a million other things and you know, 50 other artists that they got to deal with at the end of the day. So you know, it's more love that way.
That's what it do.
Always said out in the lobby, independently well connected.
Independently well connected.
Yeah.
I like that. That's got a break to it.
Yeah.
You know, that brings you around, man, now to the album.
Definitely.
The album, 1993.
Yes.
What's the meaning behind 1993?
Really, man, it's just the year I was born initially, but just digging deeper into that, it was really just, again, just me just wanting to kind of give people a background of what I'm really coming from musically and just in life as well. So it's just kind of that introduction, as well as, you know, just kind of a beginning phase of, you know, what type of journey I want to take people on as I keep going, man. So just a sneak preview, if anything, in my opinion. Yeah,
but you spent, you told me out in the lobby when we, you know, we had a brief conversation, you spent about 3 years crafting this project?
Ah, yes. Yeah, man. 3 long years. Which really, you know, that all just boiled down to me, you know, growing into, you know, what I have become, like, as the artist I am today. So I want to kind of, I really wanted to amplify that within, you know, the music as well, without, you know, giving my, you know, just full hand of cards, you know, showing everything that I'm capable of just yet. I just wanted, you know, to have fun with it and show people, like, you know, I can do all the things that you guys might want to hear, but, you know, I want to add a different little, you know, touch to it, man. Just really always honoring the people like Prince, who, you know, we just lost, and honoring people like Michael Jackson, who are from Indiana, and the Baby Faces, and, you know, Mint Conditions and D'Angelo's and all these different people that we still have, man, who I just love listening to growing up since 1993.
Since 1993.
That's it.
And speaking of Prince, you know, the young man also said you play every instrument on this. I mean, just about on this album. We know you had, you know, some producers do some trap stuff on there, but outside of that, you produced and put together the instrumentation on all of the records.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Really, I started as a musician.
Yeah.
Like I said, my father being a musician, he had a band, and they were always like rehearsing like late nights and stuff, like in our, well, late nights to me, I was like a little tiny kid and stuff, but nah, man, they would have these rehearsals, and my mom would always tell me that I would end up like just sneaking downstairs as a kid and just picking up like drumsticks and just started playing drums and stuff like at nighttime. So you know, just coming from that point on, man, I just started to want to learn all these different instruments, and I just never stopped being curious to learn the next one, because I don't know if it was, you know, being from Indianapolis, where you don't have every access to, you know, musical tools like the studios and producers, you know, coming up, you know, like somewhere else like Los Angeles may have. It was like, to me, it was just an impatience thing, because obviously my parents are musicians, so they have access to it, but not so much to where, you know, they could just pick up the phone, I guess, and just make it happen like I needed it to.
Right, you need to play the saxophone.
I was like growing up, how do I want to say it? I really was like growing within a passion, you know, that I was just, you know, starting to recognize, you know, because of course I wanted to try to do sports and everything else like that, but when I found that my real love was music, it was just from there I just kept wanting to build into it off of, based off of what I saw with other artists and other musicians that I was already listening to, molding myself. And from there it was like the impatience would, you know, come from that. So once I started learning that I could sing, that I wanted to make my own music, I didn't want to wait for producers, I didn't want to wait for engineers, so I started learning how to do all these different things, and learning all the different instruments that I felt like it took to make a full record, which are drums, bass guitar for me, you know, I want to hear regular electric guitar, or keyboards and stuff, you know, just all of that just really took me into just building, you know, myself as more than just the singer or the songwriter even, you know. I wanted to try to do everything possible.
The artiste.
So, it's definitely, let me ask you a question. So, when you go in to do a song, what comes first, the lyrics or the music?
Man, it's always different. But really, a lot of the time, it's like, there's some type of record that I might hear in my head, and I just have to like build off of that. And if I do hear that record, then I usually try to start off, you know, with the production side, because that takes more time. Like, and then it's cool because then you just have the template afterwards, you know, just to sing over, or just to, you know, if I want to just do, you know, an idea that I'm hearing musically on instruments or something, then I definitely just jot it down first, and then I'll just like put whatever idea comes out, you know, lyrically, and just run with it like that. But it's always different.
But it's always organic, though.
Yeah, always, you know.
That's what it is.
I feel I don't like really forcing it, because I am doing like everything, so I don't want to burn myself out either. But you know, it's just like when you're going through life and all, you know, as long as you're using that too, you just really have to know how to just really pace yourself and break down the things that you're trying to, you know, figure out in life, and then figure out in your music as well. So it's really just about going into it organically, so that you know that everything that you're doing is going to really mean what it's supposed to at the end of the day.
No matter what goes on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even if it's just humming and snapping on the beginning, you know. Like, one thing I like about my homie BJ, the Chicago kid, man, who I really rock with, dude. I don't know him, excuse me, let me, before people start trying to come at me. But, you know, just really admiring his music, I'll say. I have, you know, had chances to be around some people who were working with him in studio, where they would say, you know, this guy would just come in, like, singing ideas and stuff. And just,
come on, man.
Come on, man. You already know, man.
Hey, man,
so,
come
like,
on.
you know, talk about how that record came about. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so I'm pretty much like at that point in my life, just trying to really figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. You know, after leaving school and feeling like, okay, my next step is going to be moving to LA. So at the time, it was just really stressful trying to make those transitions. And I mean, for me, just being a smoker, you know, I don't know about y'all or anybody else, but one thing I do, you know, when I'm just trying to get over stuff and figure it out, you know, I roll up a blunt or two. I get in my, you know, whip and just cruise down I-70 or wherever, 38th Street, you know, for those of y'all who know what I'm talking about. And I just start, you know, reminiscing it, or I let it, you know, vibe out, you know, from there, you know, however it needs to be taken care of. That's my way of, you know, going through the stress and just figuring it out. So one day, you know, I'm doing that, and I just start hearing the so I was just like, man, it sounds familiar, it feels familiar.
Right.
And I'm just like sitting there driving, you know, I'm smoking, and I'm just like cruising down the street, smoking and stressing. So, you know, it's just like, it came into the song from there, and then just like, you know, years later, like, here it is, it's the single. So it really just happened in a crazy way. I never expected it to really, you know, be as hot to people, you know, as I it was to me. It was always a personal one, man. So
everybody done stressed.
You know, really get the love it has been getting. So you know,
it's
everybody out there, man, who is going through it, man. This one's for y'all, man. You know, go ahead and roll up the blunt, man, like I did, and just smoke out and ride out to that one, and you know,
vibe out,
man. Just
real talk. Real talk. Hey, feel you. It's relatable. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done did that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done did that. Now we got
the anthem for it, man. You know, now we got the perfect anthem. And I know what y'all going through, man. So, you know, feel me on that one.
Yeah. Decisions.
The song is everywhere. Hip Hop DX, you know, radio station 106. I saw it on New York. Hot, you know what I mean? You know,
hey.
Up there, I saw it. I mean, I've been seeing the record everywhere.
Let me tell you something. Right now, if you go to Google, y'all may not know this, you know the old man be doing his research. If you hit D.I. on Google, the next thing that come up is D.I.D.D.A. I'm telling you, if you hit, that's what it is right now. So not Diddy, not Lady Diana, Didda. So shouts out to you, man. You Google good, man.
Hey, I feel
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know that myself, man. So that's extra love, man. Shoot.
Yeah.
Extra love to Google that.
Yeah, real talk.
So I'm sure they can get the record on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? They can get the record on iTunes and all that. Of course.
iTunes, Amazon. For my Android users, you know, what is it? Google Play, excuse me. But, you know, and even for people who actually, you know, just want to stream it first, you know, before y'all buy it, I understand you want to know what you're buying. Go ahead and, you know, hit up my SoundCloud. That's Didda Joe. You can search that. And then it's also on Audio Mac. And it's on Spotify and, like, Pandora as well. So wherever you really go to listen to your music, purchase your music, go ahead and just search 1993 Didda Joe, Didda Joe. Naptown, we out here, man.
Out here, man.
Real talk, well connected, baby.
Hey, also check this out, man. I want to holler a little bit about this. So you've been out of LA, kicking it. You know what I mean, running across people. Who do you want to work with? You know what I'm saying? Because you do so much on your own. You know what I'm saying? You produce, you write, you know what I mean? All of that. Yeah. Who do you want to work with, man? That you haven't got a chance to sit down with yet, man?
Man, off top, D'Angelo, man. I'm gonna take it back just like that. Miguel, too, and I gotta always send back love to Ro James, man. With that being said, man.
Ro James, that's
shout out. I see what you're doing, bro.
Come on, man. Real talk.
Major love to him, and then really from there, man, I really want to go out there, man. I want to work with like the John Mayers and just, you know, different people who I just find inspired me from there, man. It's all kind of different, like old heads and stuff, man. If I could work with like Sly and the Family Stone or something, I would take that opportunity as well, man.
That's gangster, man. Hey, man, I always say shout out to young guys that love old music, man. Real talk. Hey, man, because you got to be a special person to want to check out the classics. I know, son, because there's a lot of new music to come out, so people are like, I don't have to, that's old. No, but it's to take a special kind of person to appreciate the history, you know, of the culture, you know, of good music, you know.
But if I can keep your hometown, man, you know, I got my homie Skip, man.
Skip.
His thing, he just released, you know, his album.
His album was
Jaffe, man.
Jaffe, man. That's right.
Shout out to my man Skip, man. I ain't forgot about nobody, man.
Yeah.
And I just like, you know,
Ism.
I had to look at, you know, people like that from back home, man, and I just like to say, like, okay, my homie worked with Bootsy Collins himself, man. And me being a musician, that's a priority for me to listen to.
Right.
So, you know, if I can work with, if somebody can work with a Bootsy Collins and stuff, man, and make it hot like that too, I gotta, you know, always be able to take it back, you know, to the classics and always have an appreciation for everything that, you know, this all, you know, originally comes from, man.
For real talk.
Anybody else you checking for?
Man, you know, I always got to shout out my man Poindexter, man. He's doing his thing.
Poindexter.
I got to shout out, you know, the D Golders. Devin Golder was good. Mark Battles. You know, always shout out to Tierra Thomas, man. You know, we went to high school together. That was always dope to see her flow, man. So always shout out to Tierra. And man, I can sit here forever, man.
Hey,
Nap got talent, man.
Let me me just put that line up. For all the people, let me point to the camera. For all the people that say we ain't on yet, come on, man. We got Bro James, Mark Battles, Didda Joe, Sierra Thomas,
Trevor Jackson,
Devin Golder.
Come on, man.
We on, man.
Shout out my homie
Poindexter,
man.
E-Jazz.
Like,
what's her name with them?
E-Jazz. You got, oh man,
the girl,
Maya Evans.
Maya Evans.
Oh, yeah,
Maya.
Man. Naptown is on, man. I don't know what y'all, thinking about or looking at her.
We ain't that big a city, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We ain't that big a town, but we got a lot going on.
I know, right? So look, all right, man. So look, man, we gonna take them to the new joint right now, man. We appreciate you for coming through. Smoking and stressing, man. Tell the people how they can get a hold of you before we take them out, man.
Man, wherever y'all want to go, man. Twitters, Instagrams, Facebook, Snapchats, SoundCloud, Christian Mingles, Black Planet, MySpace, all that. Just follow me
everywhere.
Just follow me at Didda Joe, man. Didda Joe, Didda Joe. Naptown was good. We out here. Shout out to my tribe and shout out to Builders International, man. We out here, y'all. Let's do it.
Come on, man.
Big Treez.
Come on, man. You know what it is. Well connected, baby. No, matter of fact, independently well connected. We in the building with nephew Didda Joe. You know what it is. Hey, man, keep rapping that Naptown, man, and spreading that good word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Real talk, man. Real talk.
1037 The Beat, Viewyoulive.com, Well Connected Wednesdays. Right now, we about to get into that joint exclusive. Didda Joe, smoking and stressing, man. Y'all pay attention.
Peace and love.
Holla.